So this is like exercise number 5 on the rational expression review from Algebra 2 in MyOpenMath. And I thought there wasn't a video with it. I thought I'd show you how to do it. So one thing I'm noticing here about this, and to keep MyOpenMath happy, we can't just cancel it off. But I'm noticing that if I can factor a 2, see how all these coefficients are even? And those are even. I can factor out a 2 out of everything and cancel it off, and technically, because it's going to become 2 over 2, it should be gone. It should be 1. MyOpenMath's being a little picky about that, so we'll have to hold that in mind. But to keep the work easier, I am going to do that. So basically what I'm doing is in the denominator, I'm going to factor out a 2. So 2 times 2x squared minus x, and the numerator I'm going to get 2 times 4x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 7x squared plus 5x minus 3. And then if you were in my classroom and we weren't trying to keep the computer happy, we could cancel out that 2 and get rid of it. So this would leave us this. I'm going to rewrite this as a long division problem. And probably long division is better than synthetic division because this is not a linear factor on the bottom. And while we could make it be a linear factor and do some stuff with it, I think it's just more straightforward to do polynomial long division. So the 2x squared minus x goes outside. I've got 4x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd minus 7x squared plus 5x minus 3. And I'm going to ask myself, what times 2x squared gives me 4x squared, 4x to the 4th, and I hope you're thinking 2x squared. Maybe I should line it up over the x squared, but that doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to multiply. Hopefully you remember in synthetic division, and you watched the video earlier. Oops, not 3. I mean long division. Hopefully you watched that video before. So what is that going to be? 2x squared minus x is what I'm multiplying by. So that's going to give me 4x to the 4th minus 2x cubed if I distribute that through. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite that and see if it'll let me move it up here. I almost bet it won't. No, it won't. So what did I say? I'm going to write 2x squared here. I'm going to get 4x to the 4th minus 2x cubed, and then I'm going to change my signs because I'm subtracting. That leaves me 6x to the 3rd minus 7x squared plus 5x minus 3. I always bring everything down so I don't lose anything. Then I ask myself, what times 2x squared is 6x cubed? Well, that's going to be 3x, right? So 3x times 2x squared is 6x to the 3rd, and then 3x times negative x is negative 3x squared. And I got to remember to change my signs because I'm subtracting. That leaves me negative 4x squared plus 5x minus 3. And then I ask myself, what times 2x squared is negative 4x squared? And I'm thinking negative 2. So negative 2 times 2x squared is negative 4x squared. And then negative 2 times negative 1x is positive 2x. Then I've got to remember I've got to subtract. I've got to change my sign, so that turns negative. So that leaves me 3x minus 3. So then what MyOpenMath is looking for is this quotient. And then I think this is that's the remainder, but they want you to remember that 2 that I canceled out originally. So to keep MyOpenMath happy, we have to make this negative 6 minus 6, distributing that 3 through. Now, another way to write this problem, and this is really why we do this, because we want to be able to write, so if I have some rational function like f of x over g of x, if I can rewrite this in this form where I have some quotient plus some remainder over the denominator, I can write, this tells me a whole lot. So what I'm seeing, if I go back to that original equation, so I give it a quotient of 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 plus the remainder of 3x minus 3 over the original quotient of 2x squared minus x. This tells me a whole lot. I know in the long run the ending behavior of this rational function is going to act like that parabola, but I've got some stuff going on here where it's got a zero, it's got it's got some things going on in the short run behavior. I got some vertical asymptotes happening here with the 2x squared minus x. So that's one reason why this is a useful skill. So I hope that helps you know how to do this kind of division.